All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. All right, and I'm in motion, so I'm going to quote the scriptures to the best of my ability. But I just wanted to speak on this whole one body in Yahushai foolishness, you know, and it's just tacky, you know. This is somebody trying to tell you 1 plus 1 equals red. Like, the hell with a nigga telling you 1 plus 1 equals 3, you know, because they trying to be some philosophical deep fool. But this shit that's coming out of their congregation is literally, it's no different than a nigga telling you 1 plus 1 equals fucking red, man. All right, and this is just stupidity at its finest, you know. And I looked up a term. You know, it's a term that, you know, a lot of terms don't get used today. You know, just as in the ancient world, you had different vernaculars and words to describe different individuals that you wanted to describe them as such. You know, this guy, whatever his name is, doesn't matter. This is an old geezer, man. Okay, that's all this guy is, man. And when you look up that term, old geezer, it means basically a unreasonable old man. He's just unreasonable. You know, you can't reason with this guy. That's why the scriptures say, rebuke not a fool. All right. Now, the rebukes, this is for edification and clarification on what the words say for individuals that are looking for the right answers. Okay? Because you might have somebody that is new to the truth, you know, waking up, and they come across this foolishness, and then because they open. See, when you wake up to the truth, your nose be wide open. You know, that's why the scriptures in Ephesians 4:14 says, be not children tossed to and fro from every wind of doctrine. All right, you gotta be solid in your stances, and understand, and put up your barriers and filters for information as it comes in your way. But that only comes with experience. All right, and this guy, you know, tries to portray himself as he's some. You know, he's been around. You swear the way he looks and talks, and that's how a lot of people get fooled. See, let me tell you this, man. You got two forms of Zaquans or Zaquamium. All right, and for those that don't understand, Zaquan is Hebrew for elder. You have two forms of elder. All right, you got the physical elder and you have a spiritual elder. All right, that's why in Wisdom of Solomon, the 4th chapter, it speaks about the fact that honorable age is not that which is measured in time. It's basically, I'm roughly paraphrasing. I'm driving, like I said. But you can't say that you're wise because you're old. Let me. I was thinking about this last night. Just because there's vintage and then there's just old, right? See, wine. You take a year of wine. Let's just say we produce some wine in the year 2021, right? Whoever's these major wineries or vineyards or whatever, you know. Anybody, you know your wine, you know, Scarecrow. Scarecrow is a very man, that's probably one of the rarest wines in America. And it's expensive. All right. Now, with that wine, right, Scarecrow wine, like if you can get your hands on it, hey, business, if you're looking for an investment, you know, that's Wine is what a lot of people do to make money, man. See, there's these companies like Scarecrow. That's my point. That you could buy a bottle of wine from them for $1,000, and 4 years from now, that same $1,000 bottle is now $1,800 or $2,000. Because why? It's a vintage. It's becoming a vintage. It's aging properly. Nobody gives a fuck about Coca-Cola. Oh yeah, this is you try to present a bottle of Coca-Cola to somebody, from 1996, and you trying to charge his ass a lot of money, unless he's just a collector of Coca-Cola products or whatever. He ain't about to pop that open and drink it. He'll get sick. You see? So just because you get old doesn't make you a wise person. Just because you're old doesn't mean you're an elder in the spirit. Okay? That does not mean you're an elder. All right? You could be a Zaquan just because you're 50, 60 years old, 40 years old, older than other people. But I don't mean you an elder in the spirit. That's the problem with a lot of Jake. That's why Yahweh Shai said, if you don't come as this newborn child, as a newborn, then you can't be a disciple of mine. Because if you woke up to this truth at 35 years old and you've been in the truth for a year, you're a 1-year-old baby. You're a 1-year-old child. It's just that simple. There is no. This is when you try to reach vainglory. All right, get vainglory and glorification, right? Because you're skipping steps. And this guy's showing, man. This is that trying to be deep shit, man. All right. So like I said, this guy, he's an old bottle. All right. He's teaching that Alexander the Greek was an Israelite. You know how crazy that is? What type of statement that is? You know what that leads to? When you make this is why the scriptures in Revelation 22 says, you're not supposed to take away and you're not supposed to add, because there's only space for enough. If I, for instance, I'm playing a game right now. Anybody familiar with the series? I'm playing Resident Evil right now. Resident Evil, they give you a book bag. Within that book bag, you're only able to carry anywhere from 6 to 12 items, and then over time you get a bigger bag and you can expand your space, but 6 to 12 items. All right, so if you get to an item, you got 12 items full, you're full, but I want that item. What you got to do? You got to take something and discard it so you can get that item, and then you got to make a decision. Do I want this or do I want that? When you made the decision to say that, you discarded something else to add that in, because that's not in there. Alexander the Greek is not an Israelite. All right? For you to say that Alexander the Greek is an Israelite is to say that his 4 generals, and if you ask this guy, he probably don't even know who the 4 generals of Alexander the Greek is. You see what I'm saying? These guys are foolish, speaking things that which they shouldn't. All right? Having a form of godliness, I give it that they say they one body in Yahweh Shai, and they put the garments on and the wristbands and all that. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, when it comes down to the spiritual things, this ain't it. This ain't it, because you're sliding down a steep mountain, making statements like that. Alexander the Greek is an Israelite. So then with the 4 generals, was Seleucus and Cassander and Ptolemy and Lysimachus, were they were those Israelites? Like, did Israel profane the temple? Because see, you have two points in the scriptures where it speaks about the abomination of the desolation of abomination. You have the one time where the Greeks came in during the time of the Maccabees, and they profane the temple, sacrificing animals, you know, all the vile things that happened during the time of the Greeks. So are you saying that those were Israelites that caused us to have to rededicate the temple? See, even going into that, you got to explain, how do you teach Hanukkah? How do you teach Hanukkah? What is your like? This is what I'm saying. This is when you try to just be more than what was already. This is what the scriptures say, that you have to be taught this. You have to have guides. When you try to do this thing and you try to be a vigilante Israelite, man, this is what happens, man. You look like a goddamn fool, man. This old geezer. All right. Now, if the Greek, another thing he said, on top of so many other things, was Herod was an Israelite, you know, and it's just so many things, man. Yo, man, this is, like I said, it's to the point where it's not about rebuking these individuals. The scriptures already told us that their conscience is seared with a hot iron, man. I mean, this fool is seared. This old geezer is seared. All right? There's no correcting him. Shit, have you ever tried to correct an old man ever in life? It's one of the most impossible things in life is correcting an old man. That's why, Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, for the Akim, for the few, you know, older men that are in the spirit that understand, just this is all spiritual. This is all about the serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and we're not perfect. But one of the most impossible things, see, it's easy to talk about Eve and Eve's stubbornness. Ain't nobody more stubborn than an old nigga, man. Old men will be stubborn and wrong as hell. Just ignorantly wrong. All right? I'm going to tell you a quick story, and I'm going to close up here probably. The spirit. Because I'm just telling you, old people, man. I'm not even going to put which family member. I'm going to say a family member, right? Older family member. Like now, and this man, you know, is up in his 80s and 90s now. But this was when that tsunami hit Indonesia, the earthquake in like early 2000s. So I'm like, no, you know, we're talking about it. I remember visiting him and we talking about it, and we telling him how I'm in college at the time. Like I said, it had to be like 2004. So I'm like, yeah, nah, that was caused by an earthquake out there in the ocean, and the earthquake caused the ocean to cause, and it caused waves, a tsunami, and that's why that water came, the ripples in the water, big earthquake, simple. Because I was young, he just could not accept that as the answer. Do you know what this old man said, man? This man looked me right in my face and told me that it must have been some beavers out there that beavered up and I'm looking at this old man. I'm like, you try to tell me that some ocean beavers dammed the ocean and the dam broke, and that caused all this water to fucking hit a country, man. Like, old men are bad. That's why Yahweh Shai let us know you can't put new wine in an old bottle. That's a serious spirit. This man is just gone, man. That's what I said. It's like, yo, if you're listening to them, you got special needs, man. For real. You got special needs. Like, there's something wrong with you. It's something literally wrong with you. You listen to a man that says these things, man. These statements don't even make no sense. You can't read the Bible on your phone because that ain't the Bible. Could you imagine what the scribes and Pharisees of old would probably say to Jake today? Yeah, you can't read them books. The Bible is in the scrolls. Okay. Like, you see what I'm saying? Another thing to show you that this is an old geezer. They ain't gonna put no microchip in your arm, man. How the hell they gonna put all that information on a microchip that small? This is how a man that still writes checks talk, man. You know, I bet this guy in 2021 still write checks at the grocery store for paper towels, man. Okay? And that's why, again, the scriptures say give double honors to those that are counted worthy, to the elders that are counted worthy, man. And our elders here at Great Millstone are elders that are counted worthy because they have shown us how intelligent they are. Their ability to adapt to the times, adapt to what's going on in the world. Our apostles didn't say, hey, in the 80s, we've been using VHS tapes and we're going to stick to this. No, our apostles adapted to the time. They're live streaming. The computers. Apostle Tahar put out another website. He's putting us on websites. You got to be able to adapt with the times, man. Jeez, man, it's all good. Hey, the Lord is going to protect those that are supposed to be protected, and this must happen so that the elect can be pushed out, man. These controversies happen so that those that know, because, hey, I was in the same position once before too. I didn't, coming in, I didn't listen to GMS, but then who I was listening to was going back and forth with Great Millstone, and I was like, no, this is it. And believe that's happening behind the scenes. So with that, I'm going to close this up. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rukakwarash. Shalom.